Geminis, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's happening for the beautiful Geminis this week? Firstly, you have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Then you have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Cups. So as always, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. But feels like there's a lot of passion and emotion around this week, because at the moment we only have passion and emotion, Wands and Cups. So that just felt like I should point that out. Firstly, Three of Wands. There's something where you're expecting something. You're expecting something to happen. You're expecting a ship to sink. You're expecting something to go down in flames. Is that a saying? I'm not sure if I just made that up, but there's something where you're expecting something to end. Whether or not that's right or not, there's something where you're just like expecting something to be done. Anyways, then you have Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is communication. Eight of Wands is fast. I feel like there's fast travel, but when I say travel, it's almost like you traveling from one version of you to the next. Like almost like, you know, when you're around people for a certain amount of time and you kind of morph into each other. There's something with the Eight of Wands here where I feel like you're quickly like morphing into your next phase. Like I'm seeing, like now I'm seeing a butterfly almost, you know, transitioning from the caterpillar to the butterfly, and you're, instead of that happening quite slowly, you're very quickly like out and about, flapping your butterfly wings. It's very, like there's a fast transformation happening. Then you have a Knight of Cups, so there's something romantic, someone romantic or flirty around you this week. There's someone that has a lot of like admiration or admires you a lot. And then with the Eight of Cups, there's something about leaving people behind or leaving a phase of your life behind, which is very similar to that Eight of Wands. There's got two eights here of you transforming firstly into this butterfly. And then once you're this butterfly, you're like, huh, I don't fit in here so much as I used to. Maybe I should go and flap my wings, spread my wings somewhere else. So it's very interesting. Clarify the Three of Wands. You have the Lovers with the Three of Wands. I did feel that for some reason some of you are expecting, this doesn't feel, if you're in a very long-term relationship, it's not you. I think you know very well that you're in a stable place. For those of you that are single, that are dating, or that have recently met someone, it's almost like you're expecting the worst. You're like, if it's going, especially if it's going really well, you're like, huh, this is nice while it lasts. That's the exact feeling of this. This is nice while it lasts, and there's some type of like subconscious thing within you where you're like, it's not gonna last for some reason. Like, I don't know, I feel like someone could ask you about this person, you're like, yeah, they're nice, and they're like, and more, and there's something where you're like, oh, there's no chance it'll last, it's too good to be true. Like, that's the feeling. But again, I don't think you're right. Like, you have the Lovers here. There's a connection. I don't know, that was a really weird way to say it. Clarify the Eight of Wands for Gemini. Seven of Cups with the Eight of Wands. So the reason you're transitioning from one version of yourself to the next very quickly is because it's more about you might have took a long time and stayed in a certain phase of your life for quite a long time, or what felt like a long time to you at least, and you're like almost picking, almost trying to decide who you want to become next. And because you took so long, what felt like long to you, figuring out who you wanted to be, what you wanted to do, what you wanted to look like, how you wanted to act. You were figuring out who you wanted to be, to put it simply. The actual transitioning of you becoming that is happening very quickly. Because all it's taking is you deciding, yes, that's me. I want to do that. I want to be her. I want to be him. I want to be, like, you know who you want to be. Like, you're seeing yourself. When I say I want to be her, like, there's something where you're seeing yourself in a certain place, or in a certain job, or in a certain like, even outfit, like how you're dressing, you're like, that's how I want to dress. I want to dress like she does. And you know, and like as soon as you see it, you're like, cool. And that's why the transition is happening quite quick. You're becoming who you always like admired. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Five of Cups reversed. Five of Cups with the Knight of Cups. So this is nice because there's something where you're expecting some type of love thing to go south. And then you have the Knight of Cups popping back up. It's very much like this person is actually disappointed. There's something where you're almost, some of you, very small few of you, I'm getting this feeling like you might decide to leave a connection or sabotage a connection because there's something with that ship moving out, right? You're like, something's going to go south, something's going to end, okay, I might as well just leave. That's this feeling, and there's this Knight of Cups that's kind of like, oh, but like they're a little bit upset, right? Maybe a little bit upset. So tarot is kind of like I was going to say a forewarning, but it's kind of like how things could play out. And so I feel like there's something where you can see things for what they are, which is there's a beautiful connection, or you can kind of expect the worst and then sabotage and leave and run before something gets off the ground. But it's going to upset someone if you do. It's in your court. You have full control over yourself. But there is just something where just know that there will be someone that is a bit upset. And with that, I'm just noticing now you have the Eight of Cups leaving, right? So it's all tying together. You are definitely being the runner in a situation. You're running away from someone, leaving before they can leave. Obviously this is a very specific message. I don't think this will resonate with a lot of you, but there's just something on your mind maybe of you just feeling the urge to leave a situation or leave a certain person. You have the Wheel of Fortune though. So it could be, this could be breaking that cycle, turning around, changing. Wheel of Fortune is very lucky, it's fortunate. So it could be you kind of going, oh, you turn around, you turn your head when you're on the ship and you see them waiting there and you're like, oh, they weren't gonna run? Oh, I can turn around? It's never too late to turn around, like I can go back? I don't know what this is about, but very specific message, so I'm so sorry. I know that probably didn't resonate with a few of you, but as always, if anything I say did resonate, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Time to Tarot Tuesdays.